dinner by the Grand Canyon Renaissance Experience Group at the Sultana Theater, catered by Anna of the Grand Canyon Coffee and Cafe, seems to have been a success. People crowded in for an evening of dinner and entertainment, including music, magic,
Shakespeare, would you help me demonstrate the art of transfiguration? He said he'd be delighted. Hey, Shakespeare. I am going to transform Shakespeare into something greater. Erecto!
song, and a fantasy wedding on Sunday. Mark Worden, director of the group, explained that the intent was to have a regular Renaissance festival, but difficulties interceded.
This was a very tough show to put on. For those of you who know, I had a stroke in February, and it did not go well. And I've come back from there. I've now lost 40 pounds. I owe a lot of my thank yous to certain doctors sitting in the Dr. George Bardwell, who has brought me back from the dead, basically.
We sat down and discussed the history of the group and the dinner with Mark.
With Renaissance in the Pines, we were a not-for-profit educational company, but as my partners left, and we had a deal with the theme park originally that was supposed to come to Williams, and when that did not go through, we approached Sean Casey, myself and my wife approached Sean Casey and Carl Billhouse with another group, and we started Grand Canyon Renaissance. We had the Renaissance Fair in Flagstaff for several years, and we built it back up. We've been called one of the best small fairs in the country, and we've been building ever since. And we're hoping to come back and do this interactive Renaissance park, and that's what our goal is. There'll be lots of programming, educational things, and it'll be really positive.
Of course, there cannot be a Renaissance activity without the Queen of the castle at Rock Forest. We were granted an exclusive interview with Her Highness, in which we discovered the duties of the Queen.
My understanding, the duties are to oversee the shows, make sure everything runs smoothly, and then when there's an actual fair, they have a bunch of games, and then sometimes they carry a pouch with tokens that kids, when they do certain activities, once they complete them, they come to me, show their progress, and they get a coin. And then sometimes I participate in fantasy weddings, like the one that is going on tomorrow. And if there is a comedy joust, I attend every show. My presence must be made at every show performed, whether it's dance, the comedy joust, or any other activity like that. So I'm pretty much integrated into the whole thing.
Of course, we had to know exactly what it takes to be Queen.
I don't know how it worked out with Heather, the previous Queen, but I personally work with Carl at the Grand Canyon Railway. He is my supervisor on the train, and I'm a passenger service attendant. My job is to take care of the passengers in the cars and make sure they know where they're going, what they're doing up at the Grand Canyon. And through him, I learned about the Renaissance Fair, and I heard that they were looking for a queen. So I attended one of the meetings, and I met Mark, who runs it, and he was like, the only condition I have for you being the queen is, can you fit the dress? And obviously, I can fit the dress. So, and after that, I just became the queen.
Well, not only is Her Highness regal in the dress, She's actually intelligent.
I've been going since I was about 15 when I got my GED, but I didn't really know what I was going to go to for a degree. Taking a class here and there, and through my mom, who was an EMT, I found out about the phlebotomy certification that they offer. It's a year-long certification, and afterwards I can get a pretty good, decent job over at the hospital. And it's in fairly high demand, so it's a job I can go anywhere with.
Of course, there is a downside even to being queen.
Do you ever get to say off with their heads?
No, I don't.
The fundraising effort is to build a real Renaissance castle on the 5 acres at Black Rock Forest for future Renaissance festivals. This is Ye Old Town Crier reporting for Ye Old Northern Arizona Gazette.